Good evening, Internet. Welcome back to another night of strange and scary games. Tonight I've got Prognostic. I watched John Wolf play this for a charity stream a long time ago. It's by the same developers who did Mists of Aden, which I've played on the channel before. All the stories mentioned in this game are fictional, something. Steppe Hare Studio.
I have heard how my parents died. My brother and I were sitting in a locked bedroom and could only listen. We heard the knife stabs until their screams stopped. The police decided that our parents were accidentally killed during the robbery. I never believed it. In our neighborhood, no one had any money, especially immigrants like us. After a month in the orphanage, we were picked up by the only remaining relative in the States, a woman named Randolph, a medium, our grandmother. Our mom never talked about her, and hid away her letters without opening them. I think that Mrs. Randolph thought that she cared about us. She taught us. I still remember rituals, prayers, and constant promises to reveal what happened to our parents. But later, it was always later. When will we be ready? My brother was the first one to escape. He joined the police force. I left her after. I, like my mother before, did not respond to her letters. They were just another promise to reveal some secret if I came back. When they stopped, I sighed with relief. Finally, a local lawyer visited us shortly after. Grandmother was killed, stabbed with a knife. They suspect a robbery. The voices of my parents came back, and they are not alone. Our town is eating itself. Death comes for our people, for my friends. I can't take it anymore. Grandmother was trying to understand what was wrong. She tried to tell us, and I'm starting to believe her. She solved crimes. She helped the police to find the perpetrators. I have to take her place. I have to go back to her house.
Solid concept. Prologue, personal case. I'm gonna use WASD to move, go to the table to take the documents, use left mouse button to interact with items. I'm gonna move my camera real quick. Video capture device. Not that. There we go. Is that okay? That seems out of the way. Let's try that for now. Your brother is a police officer who needs your help. Every day he will send you a new crime case. Your goal is to solve it. You can use divination rituals to uncover new clues. Once you find the culprit, fill out the report and send it to your brother. Solve the test case to convince your brother to accept your help. Okay. Press tab. Personal case. Why did you come back? We've been watching this old woman go crazy through all our childhood, and now you want to take her place? What are you doing? Well, fine. You want me to help you? Let's conduct a small test. Make an invocation to the souls of the dead and tell me, O great seer, which of the neighborhood kids broke my window. I'll send you a description of them, just like the ones the old woman worked with. Find out who did it, then we'll talk. One of them committed this terrible crime a couple of years ago, on December 14th at 1 p.m. in 1902. I live on the first floor in an apartment at 2 Meadow Street, and don't even think about deceiving me. I know who did it. I just want to test you out. Submit the culprit dossier, send a clue about his location at 14th of December 12 at 1 p.m. of 1902 during the crime. Go to the next room and find the ritual candle. Press F to light the path with a lighter. Other divinations can only work while the ritual candle is lit. Light a candle by using the instructions in the book. Hold down the right mouse button to take a closer look. Whisper of the candle, the path to the unknown. The candle is a conductor. It provides contact with the spirit world. Rituals only work while the candle is burning. As soon as the contact is established, the light of all the candles will change to blue. As soon as the candle goes out, connection will be interrupted and rituals become impossible. At this moment, all candles will change their light from blue to yellow. You can find spare candles next to the candlestick. Remove the extinguished one and light a new one to reestablish the connection. Doors of all the ritual rooms are marked with clues. Find a room with a wall map. It has a symbol of a compass. Bathroom? Wall map, okay. In order to work with a ritual map, you need to use a dowsing rod. Press Q to pull them out. Place the file of one of the suspects on the stand. It is located next to the map. Follow the instructions in the book. In order to find the person, make sure that the ritual candle is lit. Put the person's dossier next to the map. Choose the time of the calendar year, month, date, and hour. Hover divining rods over the map. There's the divining rods. Okay. Patrick Willis. 13 on December 14th. In 1904, 1902. What's the address? 2 Meadow Street. Where's Meadow Street? Doesn't appear to be Patrick. Harrison Hawkins. Andrew May? Not Andrew. Jake? Nope. Appears to be Harrison. Look at the city. It's full of blind people. Keep an eye on them. It's full of the weak. Protect them. It is full of sinners. Punish them. The art of search methods and finding. This method allows you to determine where people are located at any moment of time. After specifying the date and hour, you can hover the divining rods over the map and find the right place when they'll cross. This search will help to confirm an alibi, find missing persons, or find out who were on the scene of the crime. San Diego, Harper Publishing, 1872. So Harrison Hawkins is the person. What do we do? Head to the hallway. Fill out the report. Okay, I'm getting it. I understand. I understand the assignment. Neophyte. Convince your brother in your abilities. Her methods are working? Who would have thought? Well, okay. You're so anxious to find out what's wrong with our town. Let's work on it together. Day 1. Gift from God. I was allowed to take part in the preparations for a major court hearing. On the outskirts of town at 18 Barnhill Street lies the Fulton family. The Fulton farm. Home for a closed and deeply religious family. As it turned out, they were too religious. Earlier this year, one of them murdered their youngest relative in their own home as a sacrifice. All of the Fultons now cover the murderer, but only one of them made the sacrifice. I don't even know who is in the house. Try using dowsing to find the murderer. Okay. Put a candle in and light it. Dowsing rod sign. It doesn't open. That just does that. Is this the dowsing rod signs? Place the victim's case on the stand. Place the victim's dossier on the stand. $28. To Luke. You're close to the object. Memorize it and return to the dowsing room to find its meaning. Is it a clock? Appears to be the clock. We can run. That's convenient. Decipher the meaning of the object from the instructions in the book and mark the killer trait in the list next to it. Murder is 30 years old or older. It's not Nathan. Not Alicia. So it's either Annabelle or Conrad. Whispers indicate that one of the mirrors is open. The dowsing rods will point the way to that mirror. Close it as soon as possible to get rid of the intruder. Now you're on your own. Solve the case. Interesting. Okay. That just points back at the clock. All right. Let me go back. I want to check something. Oh, it's definitely the clock. Okay. Is there another object that it was pointed towards? Oh, can we use the... ...18 Barnhill Street. No. 18 Barnhill Street. January 1st. Nope, January 8th. January 8th. 1904. Nope, I did that wrong. January 8th at 11. Where's the thing? So it was Annabelle. Annabelle Fulton was there. Where? Conrad Footen was over on Glower Street. So, Annabelle. New Abraham, punish the one who's come to the voice from beyond. I heard something terrible today. I just heard a woman blaming her husband for not being able to kill his own grandson. Annabelle had to do it herself to appease the voice of God. This case gave me an idea about death of our grandmother. The strikes of different people should be different, right? I studied the autopsy results of our grandma and found a couple of oddities. Each stab was weaker than the previous one. In the course of the struggle, such a clear pattern is impossible. The direction of the blows also doesn't match up. They were too similar and weird. Knife strikes were aimed at the chest area, and the blade was directed not upwards or downwards, but almost perpendicular to the body. Maybe she was killed in her sleep, and the whole robbery was staged. If so, then someone was trying to disguise premeditated murder. Who wished her death? I'll try to find the last people she spoke to. Day 2, tough lesson. Are you sure everything is all right? I know that at night you are busy helping me, and during the day you try to open new rooms in the house, but there's a limit to everything. Maybe your hallucinations with mirrors are just a reaction to lack of sleep. Do me a favor and go to rest as soon as you finish this case. A local school teacher died of a heart attack right in the middle of the church. This case would not interest us if the headmistress of the same school had not died of a heart attack at the exact same hour. Do you want to know another coincidence? The headmistress corresponded with our old woman for the last several years. Autopsy has shown that they were poisoned an hour before their death. Find out who did it. 1 hour before the murder. So we need to put the dowsing. Victim 1. Going? There's a towel? Clothing. Color of the clothes will tell you the color of the hair. You stop that. Is that a red shirt? Oh. What was that? Is it the dinosaur? Toy. Okay. It's a toy. So, green dinosaur. Oh, the toy shows the color of the murderer's eyes. I color green. And then let's do Florence next. Is that a brown pants? All right. And then we need to find out. Perpetrator and the victims had to be in the same place. Are you guys hearing this? You guys aren't hearing this at all, are you? Okay, you are. Sorry. Paranoid about sound, given the Sucker for Love debacle. All right, so. There you are. Cover it. All right. So, what time? Aaron Kelly. January 28th. January 28th, 1904 at noon. Lawrence Bar. Kristen Kennerk. Diane Kelly. It's not Diane. Spencer Byrne. So what do we know? Killer has green eyes. Killer has brown hair. Tristan have green eyes. Looks like it's probably Tristan. We said it's not Diana, right? Diana was on a different street. Mr. Kinnock told the investigator about how the school treated his son. Teachers did their best to make him quit the school. This Irish boy should know his place, and other nonsense you'll hear in old families. It all ended with the teacher persuading other children to beat him up. It worked too well, and now this boy will not be able to walk. Mr. Kinnock said that his son's future was taken away from him, and he couldn't bear it. I won't say that I condone his decision, but I understand him. The connection with our old woman turned out to be a dead end. It turns out that she was in active correspondence, not only with the headmistress, but with several professors throughout the country to discuss some scientific issues. I will study her letters and report the result later. Working disagreements. An old policeman asked us for help. He used to work with our grandma, but stopped after the police cut all ties with her. If we help him, he will tell us why. This interested me, so I decided to agree. The case itself is solved. Mr. Bones, a sailor dismissed from the Navy, quarreled with his new employer over money and killed him during a scuffle. He threw the body into the basement of some abandoned house. Bones' confession is already on my desk. The problem is that the murder took place at night, and Bones was drank, so he has absolutely no memory in which cellar the body lies. The relatives of the murdered man ask to find the body for a burial. Determine the hour of the death and find where the victim and Mr. Bones were at the time of the murder. If you succeed, this cop will tell us something about our old woman. Determine the location of the victim at the hour of death. Determine the location of the suspect at the hour of death. Date of death, 1904. How are we supposed to do that? Fallen Bones is a former sailor. Bones met with Mr. Sharp while serving in the Navy. According to neighbors' testimony, Mr. Bones came to work on January 2nd drunk. Mr. Sharp took him out of the store and they went somewhere else. During the interrogation, Mr. Bones admitted that he attacked Mr. Sharp and hid his body in the basement of a nearby abandoned house. Couldn't remember exactly where it happened. Small bookstore on Barnhill. Wheel of Thanatos will help you find the exact same of death. It is located on the first floor. There's a Wheel of Thanatos? Okay, interesting. Place the victim's case on the stand. Aaron Sharp. Follow the instructions from the book. Zodiac sign of the victim by using the table on the next page. July 11th. So he was Cancer. Sign for Cancer. Key letter of the first name. We've got water sign. Last letter of the name. So N. N is 5. Red arrow. So it's S. Which would be 3. Blue arrow goes to 3. Where's the calendar? Okay, there's the calendar. So, month, day, hour, and then at night. Okay, I've done something wrong. Why are you in Russian now? 1, 2, 12. Oh, is it because the candle is going out? Or is this about the water sign? Why 11th? He's Cancer. He's a water sign. Last letter of the name is an N. That's 5. Red goes to 5. The surname has identical letters. Then the key letter of the surname is last one. If not, then it's the first one. So yeah, so it should be S. So S is 3. So green goes to 3. So yeah, that should be right. Why is it saying no? Hour 12. That's the red. So that red goes to 5. Blue goes to 3. Should it be P? Should it go to 8? No. Oh, hi. Grandma? You died. All right, so I'm not getting what's not working here. Let's try that again. Yeah. So, place the victim's case on the stand. Zodiac sign of the victim. He's July 11th. So he should be a Cancer. Black arrow goes to Cancer. Key letter of the first name. Last letter of the name. So it should be N. That's 5. So then we turn the black arrow. We've already done the black arrow. Red arrow points to the number of the name. There's the red arrow. You go to 5. Last name is Sharp. It says if the surname has identical letters, then the key letter of the surname is the last one. But Sharp doesn't have any identical letters. If not, then it's the first one. So it should be S. S is 3. So you turn the blue. You turn the blue to the 3. It's 1, 2. And then the hour is 12. And it's 1904. Why is it not giving me that? Add 12 to the hour of the wheel. Okay. There we go. I see. All right. What do we do now? Determine location of the victim at the hour of death. Not this time, Grandma. Not this time, Grandma. All right. So was 1, 2, 24. Go. Are they both at the same place? Meadow Street 6. All right. So. We checked the place you indicated and found the body, so our new friend agreed to tell us about his work with our grandma. Previously, she was often approached by local officers, and she helped them without any charge. It all ended because of the last case. She's found for them one particularly brutal gang, but they were released because of the personal order of Judge Brooks. The next day, all 12 criminals shot themselves. They say that the last of them was muttering something before his death. Something about the voice of God calling them from beyond. The police didn't work with our old woman after that. Is the The hole in the wall, is that like our grandma's silhouette? Day 4, Sons of the Past. The whole city knows about this case. In 1882, smugglers on a run from the Rangers hid in a house on the outskirts of the town at 1 Southway Road and killed local shepherd and his family. I would really love it if you guys would hire a proofreader, because there have been way too many typos. It's usually not a big deal. There's just 1 or 2 typos. I make typos all the time. Get really focused. I forget to do one thing, or I rewrite and I omit words and things like that. Please just check with a proofreader, get somebody to look over and make sure it looks okay. The case was closed many years ago. Now part of that gang has decided to move back to our town. I've already found them, and I know that almost all members of the gang were involved in that case. I don't need your help to find the guilty. On the opposite, send me the names of those who were not in that house in 1882 in the day of the murder. They will go to jail. The rest of them will meet the gallows. Send the dossiers of those gang members who did not participate in the murder. They were not at the crime scene at the hour of the murder during the massacre of 1882. First, we need to find the time. Zachary Harrison, May 5th. Oh, no, May 29th. The 5 in parentheses really gets me every time. May 29th. That should be Gemini. May 29th. Gemini is an air sign. We need the black wheel to go to Gemini. And then we need third letter of the name or the first if the name has less than 3 letters. So third letter of the name, C. And C makes it a 3. Return the blue over to 3. And then, nope, we turn the red over to 3. And then for the last name, there are more than 5 letters in the surname, and the key letter of the surname is the 5th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I is 1. So the blue needs to go to 1. So it is 11, 20. Hour is 4. 4 at night. Or in the afternoon. So 16. Oh, and the year. What was the year? 1882. Let's get rid of that. Oh. 1882. And 1 Southway Road. What is this? What's happening? What was that? What was the red candles thing? Southway Road. He was dead already. Shouldn't that be the hour of his death? So Edward Gallagher was out of town. Wait. Oh, did it reset? I see. $1882, November 20. At 1600. There's that. So this was Jackson. And Julio. Well done. We will visit them tonight. Still, it's strange that they came back here after so many years and take the risk of being executed. They are not the only ones, though. We've already arrested several wanted criminals who suddenly just showed up in our town. The new judge is tired of signing death sentences. It seems to me that we began to attract all these kinds of madmen. Day 5, Party Killer. I couldn't understand all these terms and formulas from her letters, so I asked a local professor for help. Turns out that in his youth he studied with our old woman at the university. She had a science degree. Who would have thought? Unfortunately, this gentleman's family suffered a tragedy. His granddaughter was killed. She and her fellow students threw a 3-day party at 6 Barnhill Street, and after walking away from the hangover, they found her already cold body. The murder took place in October 1904, but we do not know the exact day. I saw how our grandmother was able to establish a connection between the killer and the victim using tarot cards. If we repeat this ritual and find the killer, the professor will help us with the letters. Send the killer's dossier, mark and send where he was at the hour of the murder, send the result of the victim's tarot reading. So where's the tarot? On the 2nd floor. And the victim. Shuffle the deck until its images shine with light. Start opening the cards one by one. Watch out for the death card. If you see it, do not open further. Shuffle again and start from the beginning. Keep opening cards until you draw justice. Here's justice. Open and memorize one final card after that. Tower. Find out the meaning of the card and mark the connection between the victim and killer on the nearby list. The tower. The murderer is part of the family. Dean. It's either Selena or Jacob. Wrong way. Becca Dean, September 24. So Libra. What's the Libra? Libra is the bump. Libra. Third letter of the name or the first if the name has less than 3 letters. The third letter is a B. B is 2. Do we want the red at 2? Last letter in the surname is N. Where's it at? Where's that? Where? Is it upstairs? There you are. All right. Not that one. Spinny, spinny, spinny. Last one is N. Where's the N? 5. So it should be blue to 5. So it's 1 5. 1 5, and then the hour is 14. And what was the year? 1904. Wait, what? So, Libra. Red goes to 2. Here goes to 5. Blue goes to 5, so that's right. And then it's 2. Is it just 2? It's not right either. Oh, 10. The month is 10. 10, 5, 14. There it goes. All right. Rebecca on October 5th, 1904. Nice try, Grandma. At 1400. Barnhill Street. Becca was at Barnhill Street. Selena was also at Barnhill Street. Jacob was also at Barnhill Street. Is there a difference between Selena? Blonde hair, brown eyes. Blonde hair, brown eyes. Where was the one thing? Rebecca. Is it upstairs? Guess not. Is it the painting? Not the painting. Is it the candle? Not the candle. Something in here. I don't get it. Clothing. Painting, books. Candle. The rods are silent. Okay, the rods are silent. Not you. Not you. Where is it? Where is it? All right. What do we have? There's one of her siblings. Happening? Oh. Somehow I clicked off the cursor. There's only... We did those. We did that. Is it just a 50-50? Are we just, Jacob Dean. Murderer is part of the family. All right. So by process of elimination, it's Selena, right? Come on. Star. King's Man. Chariot. Justice. One more. Power. Murderer is part of the family. We got that. We are all connected. Our relationships are invisible threads. They pull us to make decisions that we naively consider our own. What will happen to me has already been determined. What will happen to you has already been determined. Imprints of every bond you have will remain with you forever, and even after death, they will not disappear. So we did that. Now we need to do this again. Black goes there. Here. B. 2. That's the red. Red goes to 2. And then blue goes to N, which is 5. So it's 10, 2. Five. In 1904. Yep. Becca. Nice try, Grandma. You get back in that mirror. Not today. Can I help you? October 5th. At 1400. At 6. Alina was also at 6. I put a little pressure on her during the interrogation. She began to sing. I thought that she did it out of jealousy, but there was something else. Only during the investigation she mentioned where she heard about the betrayal of her groom and her sister. In a dream. This professor lost his second granddaughter. I personally came to arrest her. Yet he kept his word. During her university years, our grandma came up with an insane theory of what she called consciousness transmission. This is the assumption that thoughts and feelings live in some kind of invisible field that can affect people. The morphogenetic field. Judging by her last letters in recent years, she has come to the conclusion that even the thoughts of deceased people can emit these residual waves. If I didn't know that your fortune-telling works, I would consider these records to be absolute nonsense. Maybe the professor's granddaughter heard something from beyond. Sweet justice. This time I sent you an example of crime that no one wants to solve. One couple terrorized residents of a small neighborhood. They carried out armed robberies and intimidated witnesses after. Locals couldn't do anything about it because the girl's father is, let's say, quite an influential person. It all ended badly. The couple was killed. Amelia at the end of 1903 near the house at 7 Glower Street. Lucas in September 1904 in a local shop in 4 Glower Street. Experts say they were shot from the same revolver. Locals refuse to testify. Maybe they deserved it, but if we don't arrest the culprit, the friends will come to the neighborhood, and we will have a lot more victims on our hands. Send the killer's dossier, send where he was at the hour of the first murder, send where he was at the hour of the second murder, send the result of the victim's tarot reading. Right? I didn't even check in here. Is there anything interesting in here? Not really. Amelia Walker. Winged Man. Chariot. Justice. And then we draw one more. Judgment. The murderer seeks justice. Assuming it's going to be the same for both of them. What is this? Why does this happen sometimes? Lovers again. Justice. Emperor. Can I help you? Killer's a man. All right. Now we need to find out when they were killed. Not this way. This way. Amelia Walker, August 13. August 13 is Leo. She's fire. So Leo is what? Leo. Okay. First letter of the name is A. A is 1. Red goes to 1. Surname has identical letters. Ualker doesn't. Last one is R. So R is 2. Blue goes to 2. So we've got 1. 28. And hour was 13. And it was 1903. No. There we go. And then Lucas. Lucas was October 5th. So he's Libra, another Libra. Libra is air. Third letter of the name. C. He's 3. Red goes to 3. There are more than 5 letters in the surname, then the key letter of the surname is the 5th one. E. E is 5, so blue goes to 5. So it's 9. Six. Hour is 8. 8 plus 12 is 20. 1904. So what do we got? Amelia. January 28th, January 28th. Not you. You. January 28th. Uh, 1903 at 1300. Flower Street. He was at a different area. About Matthew. Matthew was there. About Jerry. Jerry was also there. Okay. So then, Lucas. September 6th. $1904 at 20. He was killed also on Glower Street. Oh, Jerry was it. Jerry was Matthew also at Glower Street. He was not. So it looks like Jerry Hancock. Jerry Hancock. Hour of the first murder. Or the second murder. Results of victim's terror rating. Does it matter which one? A murder weapon was found in Mr. Hancock's house. I believe that he did not act alone, but he refuses to name any accomplices. During the interrogation, he almost immediately confessed and said that he was haunted by thoughts of their murder. This thoughts didn't end even with the death of the Walkers. Now he dreams about other murders. This cannot be coincidence. All killers mention strange dreams and voices. It seems that among the dead hides the one who can control the living. It's good that there is one among us who is able to control the dead. It is you who can control them, and not vice versa, right? Rags to riches. There must be an explanation of why you are starting to see her more often. Maybe it's because you are using more of her rituals and they are making contact easier. But why does she hunt you if she herself left you all these instructions? I know it's hard for you, but we have to keep going. You saw the last case. Those who hear the voice cannot stop after one murder. Someone has to catch the guilty, otherwise we'll face even more deaths. Over the past couple of months, screams and sounds of fighting became a common thing. Such a fight recently happened on the outskirts. We have found a body in a homeless camp at Southway Road 1. I talked to the informant and identified 5 suspects who could have been there at the time of the death, 1904, early September. The problem is that they can hide anywhere. They don't need to find all people from there, just the killer. Send me the name of the killer and where he is today on the 30th of November 30th of November, 1904. Send the killer's dossier, send where he is hiding now. Victim, Brantley Hopkins. King's Man. Justice. High Priestess. Murderer has an accomplice. March 4th. Pisces. Oh, there it is. Pisces is water. Last letter of the first name is Y. Y is 1. Red goes to 1. And then surname has identical letters. Hopkins. H. H is 5. The blue goes to 5. So it's 9. 3. 2 in the morning. And 1904. So they're silent. We're looking for September 3rd. (1904) at 2 a.m. Homeless camp, Southway Road. Not you. You again? You've been such a problem here. Yeah. Southway Road. Not Ryan Turner. Right. Is there a way to eliminate one of these two? What is the date today? 2200. 30th of November. And we're looking for Sebastian or Elliot. Well, that answers that. Sebastian dead. So it's Elliot. Elliot Edwards. Elliot and Sebastian murdered Brantley. Are these AI generated people? These are like, these people do not exist. Was Elliot. It turned out that we are dealing with 2 murders. This morning, Edwards tried to hang himself in his cell. He said that he planned to share the loot with Bulk, but the devil convinced him to keep everything for himself. We were right. It was the voice again. The people who have fallen under the influence of the voice are not connected in any way. They have only 2 things in common. First, they all live in our town, and second, this voice compels them to commit murders. Whoever that voice is, it wants to drown our city in blood. Maybe our grandmother was trying to stop it. House fire. How long is this game? I decided to leave the whole problem with the voice for a while and focus on finding the killer of our old woman. This may help us find out what is happening with the town in the long run. One of the suspects is Henry Saunders, a very hot-tempered young man. We worked in his father's shop and often delivered groceries to our... He worked in our father's shop and often delivered groceries to our old woman. In July 1904, a fire broke out at his home in Durham Road 2. Only one body was found inside. It was heavily burnt, but we recognized it as Henry's wife by her jewelry. Saunders himself is mysteriously missing. I suppose he could rob our old woman and set his house on fire to fake his death and quietly leave the town. To confirm this, I need to know what exactly happened during the fire. Send the survivor's dossier. Send the location of the survivor during the fire. Mark where he is now at 2200 on December 1st. I do like the shuffling mechanic. Tower. Justice. World. Person is still alive. Sophia is still alive. Or her killer is still alive. Hierophant. Justice. Lover. The killer is a spouse or a lover. This is December 1st, 1904, 2200. This is just a very easy one. Oh, I see. When was the fire? Henry Saunders. He was February 2nd. He's an Aquarius. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Go away. Aquarius is air, so third letter of the name is N. N is 5. Is it you again? It's you again. Grandma. Be more original. N is 5, so red goes to 5. And then fifth one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is D. D is 4, so blue goes to 4. I wish that the lights flickering was less dramatic. Kind of feels a little strobe lighty. All right, so what do we got? Month is 7. Day is 22. Hour is 7 a.m. When was the fire? 1904. We're looking for lie. (22nd) at 7 a.m. Where's the fire? Durham Road. Sophia. So it was Mr. Saunders who died and not Mrs. Saunders. We found her at her parents' house. The poor girl burst into tears as soon as she saw the officer. I decided to ask about possible dreams, and she looked at me shocked. She told me that a voice of a saint had ordered her to punish her cruel husband. The amazing thing is that she is sure that this voice was a woman's. Henry Saunders can't be our murderer, but I'll keep digging. Let's try to find out which of the possible suspects recently got rich. Our next suspect, Miss Stanton, is an old lady and a longtime acquaintance of our grandmother. In October 1904, Miss Stanton announced that she had won a check for $40,000, and a week later, her 4 grandchildren and sole heirs came to visit their lonely old lady for the first time in 15 years. Funny coincidence. Another surprising coincidence was that soon Miss Stanton died peacefully at her home at Glower Street, 16. Determine which of them could have killed her. Until then, I will check whether she really won the money or she just visited our old woman. Send the killer's dossier. Send the result of the victim's reading of the tarot cards. Send the result of the killer's reading of the runes. There's runes? So we're looking for tarot cards. Hello? Oh, I see. I understand. Help if you did the thing to start the ritual, wouldn't it? Sun. Justice. Magician. Killer used the false identity. Runestones will allow you to find out a secret of a person. They are located on the second floor. We're at on the second floor. Not back here. Runestones, okay. Killer secrets. Put the suspect dossier on the stand. All right, so up. Back in the bowl. So it's the R shape. Ripo. Journey, relocation. Person has found a new home. Family record. Dorothy. It's the P. Wunjo. Joy, a new lover. Taylor. It's the same mirror. What is this, Grandma's favorite mirror? What's going on? N. Hagalaz. Person has lost a lot of money. Andrew Danton. An arrow pointing up. Tewaz. Person hides or changed his name. Interesting. All right. Killer used a false identity. It seems like Andrew is probably the person. Is that all that we need? It seems that our preacher not only decided to play the role of the grandson, but also to speed up the process of obtaining an inheritance. I got confirmation from the organizers of the lottery, so his grandmother was really that lucky. Well, more or less. And our grandma, as it turned out, remained poor until her death. She spent all the money she earned on books, cards, and other fortune-telling tools. They are worthless to anyone but you. I have only one remaining suspect, Judge Brooks. He released several of the criminals that were found by our old woman, and she, in turn, helped lock several of his wealthy but dubious sponsors. They hated each other. Brooks retired several years ago and was happily forgotten by everyone. I will try to find out what he's doing now. Day 10, Murder at a Masquerade. Our investigation has reached a dead end. I don't know what to do anymore. I thought Judge Brooks just moved out of town, but it turns out he died 2 years ago. In 1902, Judge Brooks was considered a significant figure who made the city what it looks like today, for better or for worse. It was said that he was going to run for mayor. His murder is still continues to worry several influential people. Again, please hire a copy editor, hire a proofreader, hire someone to help get the typos out. This people were with him at the time of the murder. They saw the woman who killed him. The problem is that the murder took place during a costume party at his home at Durham Road 5. We sifted out all the guests and servants who had an alibi. You will receive files of others. Maybe if we solve his murder, we will have new evidence on our old woman's case. I know that chance is small, but I have no more ideas left. Mark and send where the killer was at the hour of the crime. Send the killer's distinctive features by performing dowsing on the victim. Send the killer's secret by performing the rune reading on him. Strength. World. Justice. Magician. Killer used a false identity. Joshua. Diamond shape Inguz. Person is a member of a conspiracy. The Burasaz. The target has lost or found a new job. Christopher. M-looking one. Manaz. Person hides or changed gender. John. Tewas. Oh. John Jordan and Christopher Riley. Not that one. Downstairs, I think. Ribbon one. Where is the ribbon one? Opila. Relative of the person killed. Hi. How you doing, Grandma? Go around. Come back with a warrant. You are also Tewas. Or was Tewas? What? I don't understand. Divination cannot tell anything useful. All right. August 14th is Leo. Saw Leo before. Where did it go? There it is. Leo. Fire sign, first letter of the name. F. F is where? 8. So red goes to 8. Identical letters. It does. So it's B. B is 2. Blue goes to 2. Is it upstairs? Ah! Shit. I didn't hear the whispers until, like, she was already out of the mirror. That there. Magician. Killer used a false identity. Know that Kayla used a false identity. When was that? It was. And then Christopher used a false identity, right? No, Christopher's trans. Okay. Was it Edward? Did Edward use a false identity? Nope. It was John Jordan. That goes there. Fire is the first letter. F is 8, so it goes to 8. Here we are. I'm going as fast as I can. Don't let her out of the mirror. All right, we're good. That goes there. That goes there. Where's the last one? Surname name has identical letters and kilo letter is the first one. It's J. J goes 1. Blue goes to 1. So it's 8. 27. At 6. 6 plus 12 is 18. What was the year? 1902. He's a Leo. That goes there. Red arrow goes to F, which is 8. Red arrow's on 8. Red arrow goes to B, which is 2. There we go. So 8, 21. Hour is 7. 7 plus 12 is 19. 1902. There we go. It said that a woman killed him, and it said that Christopher was concealing gender. So let's go back and add Christopher as well. I just want to do it. So we have that information. Manaz. Nice try, Grandma. All right. Where were we? Murder took place during a costume party at his home. Durham Road 5. August 21. August 21, 1902. At 7. It's Durham Road 5. Nothing useful. What about... Who are the other people? Kayla? Is Kayla also at 5 Durham Road? No, she wasn't. What about John? Nope. So it's got to be Christopher. Is it the victim? Victim, okay. It's got to be upstairs, right? Toys? Grandma, you are interrupting my investigation. Toys. So it's the blue bear. Or the blue bunny? Is that a bunny? I think it's a bear. The blue toy. It's for Eiley, blue eyes. All right, so Christopher is the killer. Christopher was there. Killer has blue eyes. This young reporter sacrificed his morality and went for murder to help the town. He pretended to be someone else to commit murder, and this gave me an idea. There was something missing in the death of our old woman. She had no debts. She had no enemies left who wanted her death. The only few people who she spoke to before the murder have alibis. I checked everybody, even you, except one. I used to think she was killed in her sleep. Perpendicular wounds, strength that decreased with every blow, were suggesting that. There is another option. Suicide. She staged robbery, then put a knife to her chest and began stabbing herself as long as she could. She did everything to make her death look like the murder of our parents, so that we can start an investigation, so you can take her place. All of this was part of her plan. And I'm afraid that soon we will find out exactly what she's up to next. Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. Tunnel? What does the tunnel have to do with this madness? I'm sorry, but right now I can't discuss your nightmares. I couldn't get enough sleep myself. I saw how my boss died yesterday. I stood a step away from him. There was a loud clap and a bullet pierced his chest. An eerie sight to behold. What's worse is that we were in our department at Pinner Street 4. Judging by the trajectory, the shot was fired from the roof of one of the neighboring buildings. To complicate matters further, the boss announced the upcoming layoffs last month. We suspect it could have been one of us. Send the killer's dossier. Mark and send where the killer was at the hour of the crime. He couldn't be near the target. Send the killer's distinctive feature by performing dowsing on the victim. Send the relation to the killer by performing tarot. Brooks. Hermit. Hierophant. Justice. Chariot. Killer is a colleague. We got that. We need to find out the time of death. I think it's upstairs again. Don't understand. Is it the pillow? It's not the painting. Seems like the pillow. Murderer is 29 years old or younger. So who do we got? Steven is 26. Jordan is 56. Patrick is 24. Serge is 27. So it can't be Jordan. We need to find out the time of death. June 1st. Gemini, air. Air, third letter of the name. O, 7. Red goes to 7. More than 5 letters. Fifth one is I. Blue goes to 1. So it's you. That was an easy one. 11:20. 10 in the morning. And this year. Uh, 10 in the morning, 11:20. He was at Pinner Street. 4. Let's try this again. So victim was at Pinner Street 4. Samson was at Pinner Street 4. Can't be Samson. Patrick. Pinner Street 7, so it might be Patrick. George. So we can rule out Samson. So it's either Patrick or George. So we need to check with about Patrick. I thought he got fired a month ago. Today he came to work claiming he was the only one sent on vacation. He was only sent on vacation. Looks like he's taken advantage of the commotion in order to return to his job. We didn't have any time to raise the chief's documents and check whether he's hiding this firing or not. Can you check it with the runes? Let's go check that upstairs. D. First says, target has lost or found a new job. Why does it say that he died? All of these say that they've died, except for, yeah. All these say that they've died on January 1st, 1905. Oh. My guess is that it's probably... F and Zeus crisis or a finding of new faith. So I have a guess, but I don't know for sure. Patrick. Killer is 29. No, so it's got to be the other one. Yeah. It's got to be George. Chariot. Killer's a colleague. $29 or younger. Was there some way that we could have known that George was the killer? Leo. Wait, it's not Leo, is it? June 1st. It's Gemini. Oh, 7. Red goes to 7. Fifth letter is I. I is 1. Blue goes to 1. 11. 20. 10 in the morning. So, George. We found a makeshift altar in his house with 2 photographs in it. Our photos. Cook didn't want to kill our captain. He aimed at me. My colleague, a policeman, tried to kill me. And he should be next. I don't know what is threatening this town, but now it's gunning for us. I need a drink. Dream sequence? So now we're suffering from the bad dreams. Grandma, what did you do? Have you been bad? Day 12. The runaway. I'm gonna get some water real quick. Are you okay? To see a body at one's own doorstep. It must be shocking. We are trying to establish dead girl's identity, but so far unsuccessfully. I'll tell you right away, your alibi was confirmed. You are in the clear. This cook that we arrested escaped yesterday. I'm sure that it was he or his accomplice, the one who helped him escape. They wanted to intimidate you, but they don't know yet that we will not stop. You must find them before they get to us. The escape took place at 1400 at the stables at 17 Pinner Street. Prison escort was killed by Cook's accomplice. The girl whose body lay at your doorstep was killed on the same day at 2300. Let's find those bastards. So George Cook is now... Find where George Cook is now. Send the dossier of the killer who helped Cook escape. Send the dowsing trait. Send the second dowsing trait. Send Elliot's tarot reading results. So the girl is unknown. What's this? Have you already guessed who helped me escape? The bullet flew right next to me. 2 feet closer and I would be dead. I still can't believe it. Will I be that lucky next time? I'm not sure. I thought about it for a long time and decided to write you a letter just in case. I can see how this house is pulling the soul out of you. Every day you're digging through dirt, death, and madness. This leads to gloomy thoughts, deprives you of hope. But I met people who survived only thanks to you. You're not suffering in vain. Remember, you're my best friend. You're all I've got left. Proud of you. Sincerely, your brother. All right. Elliot. Devil. Death card. Looking out for the death card. Tower. High Priestess. Justice. All the way. Emperor. Killer is a man. He is locked away beyond the edge of nothingness. Our savior is waiting. Change man. Star. Justice. High Priestess. Murderer has an accomplice. We need to do the runes for either of them. Oh. This is my welcoming gift. I think it's upstairs again. Not the candle. He will give us eternity. Is it downstairs now? What's going on? No, it's downstairs. Is it upstairs? What is happening? Why is this happening? Is it the bed? Is it the black shirt? Okay, it's the black shirt. Clothing. Color of their hair. Are you upstairs as well? The child slides into the ground. It's a black toy. King of Mirrors. We don't know his date of birth. Don't know her date of birth. Find George Cook real quick. 5 December. At 20. Yesterday would be the 4th. She died at 2300. '18 Glower Street. Is that Glower Street? Oh, that was another note. So George killed the girl. Escape took place at 1400. 17 Penner Street. Killer is a man. It's got to be Ben or Patrick. Where's Patrick now? King of Mirrors is waiting. What time is it? It's 2000, 5 December. George and Patrick. Barnhill Street 18, Barnhill Street 16. Okay, so Patrick Whitney is the one who helped him escape. George, currently at Barnhill Street 18. Patrick Whitney is currently at Barnhill Street 16. Killer has black hair was the dowsing trait. Killer has black eyes was the secondary dowsing trait. Then Elliot's tarot reading result was Killer is a man. I'm sorry, but your brother can't answer you anymore. I've already visited him. But don't get upset. I can be your new friend. You found us both. I'm impressed. You are truly the one who can learn. You can truly the one who can hear the departed. You have a lot to learn and to do, but first I prepared a gift for you. New case. Now, please close your eyes. Did we just get murdered? King of Mirrors is waiting. Forgive me my sin. He forced me. We've been tainted by his thoughts. Please. Don't bring us back. Don't let him in. He's coming. Here's my gift. I prepared a new case for you. A young family, an immigrant, his wife, and 2 sons. One night, a murderer sneaks into their house and leaves their sons without parents. Familiar? The moment that changed your life. Who's to blame? Find out who killed your parents. Find the clue by using the tarot cards. Find a clue by contacting your mother with the dowsing rods. Find a clue by contacting your father with the dowsing rods. Mark and send where the killer was at the hour of the crime. Gonna be our grandma, isn't it? Ruby Anderson. A little bit more. Justice. A bit more. The Fool. Cards are silent, bond is unknown. Empress. Killer is a woman. Mother with dowsing rods. The clock? Seems like it's a clock. Seems like it's clock. Okay. "30 years or older." Is this the boy? You already used the toy once. Toy was green eyes. Come on. It's Grandma's favorite mirror. Hour of the crime. Ruby is June 6th. Gemini. B is 2. Red goes to 2. R is 2. It goes to 2. So we've got month is 12, December. Day is 1. Hour is 11. Do we have a year? $1891. Why is it wrong? June 6. The Gemini. It goes there. Third letter of the first name is B. B goes to 2. Fifth letter in the surname is R. R goes to 2. Oh, it's because of the time. So 11 plus 12 is 23. Then Dad should have been killed at the same time. Still recording? I'm still recording. Okay. It disables mouse lock when you go into those screens. So I just clicked onto OBS and was like, oh no, please don't. Please don't. Hi, Grandma. Ruby Anderson. December 23, 1st, 1981, or 1891. Home. Robert. Home. Unknown. Home. James. Home. Joan. Home. Annabelle. Side. Bruno. Side. Brooks. Why does it say that he was dead? How is that possible? I couldn't find your portrait, couldn't even get your name out of your brother until recently. I doubted that you even existed. It's nice to see you in person. We can take us off the list. James. Older brother. What was he like as a child? The same arrogant, sarcastic asshole? All right. Joan Randolph. Find out who killed your parents. Killer is a woman. Murderer is 30 years old. Killer has green eyes. Now you know all of it. We didn't destroy your family. She did. Your grandmother couldn't find the strength to go against him. She needed a successor, one who is connected with death since childhood, but is able to act on his own. She has been manipulating you since you were a kid, but we are not like that. The king gives a choice. It's not an order, but an opportunity to bring your family back. Do you want that? Go downstairs. Do we get a choice? Can we leave? Can't leave. It gives you a chance. You'll no longer be alone. Smash the mirrors. I'm assuming you didn't like that. Do I get to move? I don't get to move. Solitude. You let your family go. The demons of the past no longer have power. Prognostic. Are you guys Russian devs? Is that what it is? English voice actor Marlon Dunn. I'm going to let the credits run and then I'll give my thoughts. Is that the end? All right. So that was Prognostic. Let me exit scenes. There we go. I liked the puzzles in that a lot. The different devices were all very good. They seemed to be each unique in their own way. You introduced the dowsing rods very early, and then we didn't use them for a few puzzles, which was weird. Yeah, I think that if you're going to use them sparingly like that, you should have introduced them towards the end, because we didn't use them for like 3 or 4 in a row. You know, like the devices, I like the puzzles, I like the mysteries. There was the one mystery where it could have been George or it could have been the other one. I wasn't sure how I was supposed to know which one it was. And then there was the one where it was like the brother and the sister, and I think that that one was also a 50-50. I'm not sure how I was supposed to know which one was which. It was just a guess. Camera. I really would like for you guys to hire a proofreader. A proofreader, just to make sure that your English is okay. If you guys are a Russian studio, that makes sense. If English isn't your first language, I'm not faulting you guys for sometimes using the wrong word, the wrong tense or anything like that. I just think that it would be more polished and it would feel better if it sounded like an American wrote it or an English person wrote it. So if you just hire one to just rewrite your scripts, it's going to feel so much better to play. The scares got a lot at some point. I liked that they increased as the nights went on. There were a few times where I didn't hear the whispering until like grandma was already out of the mirror. I don't know if that was just me not paying attention or if that was like the game not playing the sound or playing it too late or whatever. That happened a couple times. I really liked Grandma's design, and I really liked the King of Mirrors design. Those were both really good designs. It was really good how you only saw them like a couple times. I think that I actually would have liked to see the King of Mirrors less. Or I had this, there was a game in one of the DreadX collections where the ghost shows up and screams at you. And I made the comment that I would have liked if it was more subtle, if like you saw the ghost in mirrors, or if you saw the ghost in picture frames or things like that. If you saw the King of Mirrors in like picture frames or in the pictures around the house just randomly, or if he was like in the books that you were reading just randomly, that would be like really subtle, and that would add a little bit of atmosphere to the game. Because if you've got him just like popping out at things, or if you've got those dream sequences where he pops out at you, it is good to introduce him, but it is also that thing where it's like I've seen him 4 times by the time I get to his big reveal. Yeah, I think that's all that I've got for you. There's something else that I thought of during the game, but I can't remember. Um, yeah. I really enjoyed it for what it's worth. That was scary. It was fun. It was interesting. It had a lot of good stuff. It was just those few things like the proofreading, and the overusing things, that kind of brought it down a little bit. But I like what you guys are doing. I'm excited to check out Crimson Snow whenever I get around to that one. And I hope that you guys keep making games, because if this is the direction you're headed in, it's going to be right. I'm going to get out of here. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me again. Night of strange and scary games. Love you. See you in the next video. Good night.